Hello, Bearcats. Welcome to the next episode of the Bonita Interview Series. I'm Dimitri, and this week I had the pleasure of interviewing Miss Casasola, who teaches AP and freshman bio. In this episode, we dive into her fascinating love for insects and bugs and explore how she incorporates them into her teachings. Let's get started. Hello, Miss Casasola.
Hello.
Introduce yourself to the people who doesn't know you.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Casasola. I teach freshman biology and AP biology.
What inspired you to start collecting insects?
So I'm actually allergic to things with fur, so bunnies, cats, dogs. And so to combat that, my parents were very supportive, and they got me a millipede, which is kind of in the same family as insects, and then it kind of just spiraled from there. I was like, hey, these bugs are cool, and then I started my collection.
What's your favorite insect in your collection?
It would have to be this guy right here. He is a Goliath beetle. They are from Africa, and they are the largest beetle in the world. It is that guy right here, although this roach is quite fun. And these ox beetles are also pretty awesome. They're from Thailand.
Has your favorite changed over the years? Or?
Yes, I used to really like the butterflies and moths, but as I've grown my collection, I really like the beetles.
And how do you acquire over 600 insects?
I've been collecting since I was like 6, probably. And so I used to go to Cal Poly insect fairs, and it's basically a fair, and you can go and buy insects from all around the world.
Are there any interesting stories other than this?
Because I like insects so much, I wanted jewelry to be able to wear to show my love for insects. But unfortunately, and to nobody's surprise, they don't sell it. So I actually got into jewelry making so that way I could make my own jewelry. And so I'm currently wearing dubia roach wing earrings.
That's cool.
Yeah, nothing says cool like bugs on your face.
How do you incorporate your interest collection into teaching?
I really like to have, no matter what unit we're in, some kind of example of insects. So when we were learning about biodiversity, I had examples about praying mantis because they're just so fascinating. There's so many different varieties of praying mantis. So I always try to bring it back to bug.
Have you noticed any students becoming more interested in bio because of this collection?
Yes, although there are quite a few of them that are like, ooh, that's nice. But I do have some that don't realize there's so much diversity in insects. And they're like, okay, actually, that's kind of cool.
What's the most unusual question a student has asked you?
Do you eat bug?
Oh.
And the answer is not usually. I will do it just to try it. Like I've had stir-fried mealworms at the insect fair because I just wanted to try it. And then I've also had a student who brought me back grilled locusts from Mexico, and we ate them together. It kind of tastes like popcorn.
Why are insects so important to this ecosystems?
So insects play a huge role, and by number, insects outnumber any other species out there. And even if we just go down to just the beetles, and specifically a subset of them called the weevils, outnumbers anything else in the world. They do everything from like cleaning up different ecosystems. So like if there's any trash or debris, that's where our little roaches come into play. And they help to clean that up in all ecosystems. And then also they are a vital food source for a lot of animals.
Then what's the weirdest or most unique insect in your collection?
I do like this butterfly right here. Is known as a glasswing butterfly, and it's actually clear wings, which is kind of fun.
If you could travel anywhere in the world to find new insects for your election, where would it be?
I would probably go to like Thailand. Anywhere that's really tropical has high amounts of biodiversity, and they have high amounts of really amazing insects.
Is there any like a dream insect you're still hoping to add to your collection?
Yes. So back to this Goliath beetle. I'm hoping to actually raise one of these days. And you can buy the grubs. I haven't been successful so far. I'm still learning. So one day I want to be able to grow a Goliath beetle from a larvae into a full beetle.
Do you have any funny or unexpected stories from working with insects or teaching about them?
I think it's actually when I have these guys out, people don't realize they're real because usually they're pretty mellow and they don't move terribly much. And then when it does start to move, people freak out and they're like, hey, there's a bug on you. And I'm like, yeah, I put it there.
Thank you for attending this interview.
All right. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed getting to know Miss Casasola and her passion for insects and bugs. Stay curious, Bearcat, and join us next week for another exciting interview. See you then.